Good Monday morning, everybody. So it has been adventurous for us all. We have had some crazy weekends coming up. Fern is currently teaching, so she's not on today. But you guys have me here for Author Talk with Sandy, Russell, and Greg. So you guys, hey, how's everybody doing?
Hey.
I'm doing great. I am in Alabama, Lake Guntersville, the bass fishing capital of the world. I'm not a fisher person though, but I'm watching, and it's just the most peaceful way to live.
I wish you could show us the lake.
I wish I could too, but it's not. It's if I did, I'd have to go outside or go to another room, and there are people all over the house. So I found the one room where no one was doing anything, and this is the poker room. There's a poker table and all that stuff in this room. So I'm like, this is a place I can get away. But I'll send pictures.
Nice. Russell, how was your weekend?
My weekend was consumed by a 5-year-old. My granddaughter came, and when she comes, I'm afraid. But she was great. So she was great. We had a wonderful weekend. We stayed at the pool until the flesh rolled off my bones. I was so wet.
Oh,
So I was
nice.
happy.
I love it. Greg, we all know what you did this weekend.
This weekend.
I can't feel my legs.
I believe that. I definitely believe that. So me and Greg were at Comic Conroe this weekend, and it was an awesome time for me. Greg, how was it your time? Because you took on a lot of the managing and creating roles. So how did it go for you?
It was a pretty good learning experience doing it that way because, we all know that the main coordinator ended up getting sick, so a lot of us had to step in and step up our game.
Right.
But talking with the celebrities, making sure everything was okay, the vendors, the people, it was a little bit of everything, and also running our show, selling my books. I was everywhere.
Can I ask you a question, Greg?
What's that?
Why do you do so much on that? Was it you just love it? Why?
I do it because it's one of my motives to help me fight my cancer. I mean, you keep busy, you give yourself purpose, you strive and you do more. And to me, that's one of the things that helps me fight the cancer and beat it. So that's my name.
That was a pretty heavy answer. That's not quite.
I love that because I'm over here I just like dressing up and making other people happy, man.
That's what I was expecting.
That's a deep answer, man. I love it. But speaking,
I'm not gonna lie.
And Greg, I think that was a wonderful answer, and I think that should give people everywhere motivation because what you're doing to help yourself is also helping so many other people that that's just like one of the true that's one of life's truths. The more you help somebody help yourself, the more you can help other people, and I love that. Thank you for sharing that with us.
I love it. But speaking of Comic-Con, yes, and nerd gatherings, as I like to call them, nerd families, Fern received an awesome review from Doctor Who, and Russell knows a whole lot about it, so I'm going to show it. And Russell, I would love for you to kind of explain this whole thing for Fern so we can celebrate her awesomeness.
Okay. This is a whole different level than what we usually talk about authors on Author Talk. Everyone here knows what Doctor Who is. Doctor Who is a science fiction British franchise that's been going on for decades. There's been more than 5 doctors, I think. And they have a webpage. They have millions of fans. They have important people, important to us as authors, that pay attention to what the fans of Doctor Who pay attention to. And on their webpage, Fern Brady, our own precious Fern, and I know you don't think she's my precious because I'm so mean to her too, but I'm precious to those that I mean, or no, I mean to those that I'm precious to. But she just got a review, and Amy has put it up. This is a big time review. And I want to read, I'm going to let you can read it. You can pause it later and read most of it. But I want to read the last two paragraphs on this review. And that is, this book would make an amazing movie. It very much plays out like a blockbuster in the reader's head, one that would appeal to both sci-fi and fantasy fans. Understandably, as this is the first book in a series, many of the plot lines remain open at the climax, but the ending of the novel is very satisfying regardless. As this was released in June 2020, we're very much hoping the sequel will be released sometime soon. Wow. I'm so proud of Fern. This is so exciting. This is such a big deal.
That is awesome for a big community like that to say that your book should be a movie and it's only the first in its series. And like Russell was saying, that has millions of followers. And so you guys, that is, Fern, as like Russell said, we are all super proud and excited that you got this review, and it is well deserved because your book truly is amazing. But that's the greatest compliment any author can have, is a review like this from this kind of community that fits her genre and the book that she wrote. And so, Fern, you should spread it all over the place because us and so many other people are so happy for you. So congratulations. It was so great to spend the weekend with Fern, and Inklings was also at Comic Con Row having a fantastic time. So it was just amazing. So speaking,
and you know what I love, at the end of this article, you'll see where to buy it, a link to there, and then a link to Fern's Twitter. So I love it that not only did they write this amazing review, as Russell said, but they also gave information on where to buy the book and how to find Fern on Twitter and all of that. So congratulations to Fern.
yeah.
Here's the thing,
Definitely.
and Sandy, you're right. And here's the thing I don't understand, and this is why I was really trying to say this for when Fern was on, but I couldn't help myself. I just can't help myself because it's so important. Millions of people. But I would love to know, you always talk about how to multiply things like good reviews, Amy. That's one of the things you talked about, you've had seminars about. I would love to hear Fern's war strategy. And James, absolutely. I would love to hear Fern's war. What's she going to do with this now? Because I can tell you there's a million things I would be doing with it. I'm dying to know what's Fern going to do with it now. And you know I'm going to buy her a cigar over this and tell her all my opinions about what she needs to do.
As you should. As you should. You definitely should do that.
And can I make one more comment? This review didn't just magically appear. Fern's marketing, her promotion of the book, her talking about the book and getting other people talking. But I would love to hear from Fern at some point, Russell, that what did she do? How did she market this book that she got that kind of review? Because all authors want that. So, and I know Fern's very open to sharing how she gets the success that she gets. So, Fern and Inklings, this is your year to rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
She deserves it very much. So she works hard.
She does work hard, and not only with her publishing, but her own writing, and then her clients with the reviews and all the things she does for clients. Yeah, she does work hard.
She does. It was awesome to see her. I spent Comic Con Row, I spent all of Comic Con Row with her and part of Comic Palooza. Even though someone else did not come to see me at Comic Palooza, I will not mention names. I will not.
I was obeying orders of my daughter. My daughter terrifies me.
As you
She's
should.
a family now. And she's like, You need to be here. Okay.
Yeah, as you should, man, as you should. I totally
I think your father
understand.
must be much the same, except he has lots and lots of daughters.
Yes, he's told what to do quite often. This is a true statement. But it was a lot of fun. And so on Through the Eyes of Authors tonight, we are recapping experiences because we had some of the Through the Eyes of Authors first time ever attending some of these Comic Cons. And so we're going to talk about their experiences, things that maybe they wish have been different, things that they learned, if they're going to go back, a different advice that they have. So if you're interested in getting into these events, figuring out if it's a good fit for you or not, you're going to want to tune in tonight to hear live in action what some of our members have and the experience they had, the experience me and Greg had at doing these. I mean, I'm more of the biggest fangirl when I go to these in my Spider-Gwen outfit. I mean, I had people pulling me away from Greg's table to take a photo. I had to go put my mask on. And it's the funnest thing in the world for me. You get me one day like that, and then the next day, everyone's like, "Where's Spider-Gwen?" It's so much fun, and I absolutely love it. But there is something cool coming up, and Greg knows a whole lot more about it than I do. But there is a new Comic-Con coming to the scene called Bayou City Comic-Con. And it is the first women-owned or women-created Comic-Con in the Houston area. And so, Greg, I would love it. You have some more information than I do about it. Please tell us about it.
Well, I know it's run by Ginger Simmons. I'm bad with last names. I even mispronounced CJ's on a panel. But it's first female-owned Comic-Con here in the city of Houston. It's November 19th through 21st. I believe it's going to be in the Galleria area. I don't know if it's at Galleria itself or somewhere in the area. Not quite sure. They're just getting everything set up. They were talking this morning saying, hey, we're fixing to do the walkthrough of the building. We're talking to other podcasters. We talked to them. We might be there on the con hour. We don't know yet, but we're doing everything that we can to get there. And this is going to be an exciting event. They're going to have some great artists come in and some very good talent.
Absolutely. So,
like what? Like what talent? What do you guess?
They have not announced the names. I kind of hear in the background, but I'm not going to spoil anything for them. They did announce
you
one.
can spoil it. It's okay. No one of mine. Don't worry.
They announced one this morning.
You my word as a lawyer.
Where do you go to find out these announcements?
They have a website, www.biocitycomiccon.com.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But
I'm going to pull it up.
They do have one. Yeah, please pull it up. They have one. I know it's an artist, and he's a great artist. I actually met him at Sam Houston Comic-Con, or not Sam Houston. I can't. There's so many of them. Son of Houston Comic-Con, and that was held in Katy 2 years ago, and they, of course, missed it.
Where would we find out which cons are coming up next?
Well, I have an event page on Authorology. I haven't put it anywhere else yet. I ought to do that on my podcast page, hopefully. But I do have a list for authors so they can sign up and attend these. Yeah, and that's one of the main things.
Yeah, there's a ton of them coming up. But you guys, I saw this at Comic Conroe, and I saw it at Comic Palooza. And so I'm now a huge fan and advocate for it. Is people go to these events to buy books. Like, I had no idea what Comic Cons were all about, right? I thought I got to go see all these celebrities. I saw some vendors that were selling merchandise similar to the celebrities. And, that's what the whole thing was about. Listen to them talk. But you guys, there are so many cool different vendors, and not all of them have to do with, the nerd family, as I call it. Not all of them have to do with that. They have an element of it. But, you have authors that are there, like Inklings did. Cursed Dragon Ship was there. Greg was there. CJ and Texas Sisters Press was there. And, they have books for everybody in every genre that you could think of. Romance, poetry, kids' books, all kinds of stuff. And so it is a great I guess, a great avenue for authors to go down and considering going to these events. I would say I'm not an author myself. Everybody knows that, but I will definitely recommend authors go to these events for sure.
You would be surprised how many of the people actually come just to support local authors in the area, and they tell you, I'm here to support the local authors. So, I mean, and they enjoy your books. They'll leave reviews. They know what it's like. I had one at Comic Conroe where it's like I was having so much trouble with my card reader because the internet connection was a little bit fuzzy at times. And it's like, well, I'll tell you what, instead of $22, I'll make it $20 for both books. And they're like, no. You're an artist. You work hard at this. Here's the 22. So they just paid 22 in cash.
I want to meet that person. That's the kind of people I like to meet. I want to meet that person.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting to see, like I haven't been to a whole lot of them. Like I said, I'm more of the fangirl one, but it's been interesting to see the support that is out there for local indie and small presses to help their authors and their traction, and just, to help bring awareness to them, right? Because it is an art to write. I don't have that talent. I wish I had that talent, but I don't. But it is an art, and it's highly respected in your local communities. And so I would recommend, wherever you are listening to us, to get involved and to look, what different events are coming up. If you're in the Boston area, there's the Boston Book Festival that's coming up that you can go to. There's definitely different cons everywhere, Comic Cons everywhere that you can go to. But I mean, I don't know. I had so much fun doing them back to back, Greg. I don't know about you, but I had fun.
I agree with Fern. I'm too old to do back to back, and when you help run one, it's a lot worse.
Well, I mean, that is a true statement. I mean, I'm a little tired today, but I don't know. There's something fun and exciting about it.
It's exciting and it's fun, and you lose track of time. You enjoy the people. I mean, the man next to me, I was next to Steve Angelino. Me and him were talking left and right, and he used to play Babu in Power Rangers season 2 and 3. And me and him were just hitting it off. We were talking the whole time. I mean, after the show, we were sitting there playing Facebook tag. We were tagging one another. I actually photobombed some of his photos.
Yeah.
So, Greg, what do you find out that, as Fern was saying, we're too old for back to back, but do you find that the recovery time is a little longer now than it was a few years ago?
I wouldn't say the recovery time's a little bit longer. I mean, I did a lot more running around this time, so yeah, my legs are still slightly numb, but I'm ready to get back to work. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm a go-getter. I'm just on the go constantly, and I keep myself busy. I enjoy it.
Yeah, me too. I agree with you. Absolutely 100% agree with you. So what's next?
Well, actually, the Con Hour has been invited. We're supposed to be working out details today to do press for esports gaming in Galveston, August 27th and 28th, or I forget the date exactly, but in a gaming community. I would actually like to go there, not just as press, but to look as an author. What kind of stuff can we bring to these tables? Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive in Galveston and stuff like that, but there's esports events all over the place. I believe they're having one in Lake Charles, which isn't too far from Houston. So yeah, let's see what kind of stuff we can bring to the tables here. I mean, are they going to be more interested in fantasy fiction, science fiction?
So how do we find out about the one in Galveston? Because that sounds like a great thing to do.
I'm the most excited about that one. Being on this channel.
I do most of my communication through emails, and the website says, yeah, I go to it to apply for the press pass, but websites I'm not good.
Say the name of it one more time, just a little slower.
Esports Gaming, Galveston Island.
Okay, we'll have to look that up then. We all know how to use Google. What, Russell?
It's going to be a lot of fun,
That
Russell.
myself, just
It's going to be
to
a
see
lot
what
of fun.
kind of gaming booths there are.
One
They have
one of the
tournaments there too. There's going to be tournaments going on about gaming
Yes.
and everything. I'm in hog heaven. I read about it and I'm like, ooh, this is my kind of place.
I may
one
have
of the
to go.
guys that's there that I would love to interview, because what he does is just admirable, is he gets with the gaming companies to learn how they do it with the handicap, to make sure that the handicap can actually play these games. And that's somebody that I would love to interview for our show. That to me is one of those remarkable things that somebody does for others.
Absolutely. Sorry, my daughter's losing it. But absolutely. I think it's going to be. Here you go. You want to say
It's
hi?
remarkable that you can do two daughters attacking you and the podcast at the same time. I got to tell you, Amy, I'm smiling, not because it's funny you're dealing with it, but because, wow, you're impressive. That's funny. I couldn't do it. I would turn off the camera and say, see you guys later. I got kids to kill.
That last part, kids to kill, man. Yeah, that last part for sure. But no, if I can make it happen, I'm going to. But I do know that this esports gaming in Galveston is taking place August 27th, 28th, and 29th. And so that's probably going to be the next one I will be at with Greg or without Greg, whatever. I will be there. But no, I'm super excited about that one, and just all the things and opportunities that are coming up. Like there's Kindle Vella for authors now, and I don't know how many of you guys know about Kindle Vella, but it's made to compete with Good Novel, and that's where you release a chapter at a time, and people pay to keep reading the story that you published on Kindle Vella.
So we're going back to the 1800s. That's the way it was then. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The world's gone in a circle. We're back to London, 1800.
Well, you know how it's a whole wheel and things come and go, but it's something kind of similar to that. But it has to be exclusive to Kindle Vella, so it can't be published anywhere else. Now, I will say on Good Novel, there are authors that are making over $400 a week on Good Novel, publishing a chapter at a time, because people like me will pay for the coins to keep reading your book. And it's unlimited. It is unlimited on how many chapters it could have. I'm currently reading a book that has 1,700 chapters, which is unrealistic. But when you're reading Good Novel and stuff, the chapters are a lot shorter. It's more scene by scene than by chapter, but they call them by chapter. So, Kindle Vella was created to compete with that. So those are, different things that are coming. But it's, times are changing, I think, for authors. Audiobooks and ebooks are very important. They're not going away. So it'll be interesting.
Well, one thing I'd like to say is Authorology this month is actually having a class on the art of the short story. And during that, they're actually going to talk about Kindle Vella. So that would be a good one to get to.
Yep. So how do they get to that, Greg, on Authorology?
They go to www.authorology.org, and down at the bottom, there's a place to sign up for the class.
Yep, in the event section. It's the current event going on. It is the 31st of July at 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern, and 8 Pacific, and 9 Mountain. So all time zones, okay? All time zones. We're time zone friendly. So.
And Greg, what is the cost to attend these classes with Authorology?
For members, if you become a member, which is $20 per year, it's $10 for the class, which is an hour-long class. And for non-members, it's $20. So we're not expensive.
Yeah.
We want authors to be able to learn and expand their knowledge.
And we all know, and I know this group is really all in agreement that as an author, you should be part of different author groups. The more you are, then the less you feel so isolated, like I'm the only one in the world that's going through all these challenges. The whole author community is going through the same thing anybody's going through. So we've all been through COVID. We've done all these now we're going through the cons, weekends. So the more you can be part of these groups, the more you feel the support and the help and get the help that you need. So, Greg, I want you to always feel free to use our platforms to promote authorology, because we do see we're not in competition with authorology.
No.
We are partners in this whole, providing what the author community needs to make them a successful author. And, ultimately that success is based on selling books. So
Yeah.
that's how we're going to help you.
And one of the good things is we work with Houston Writers Guild. We're working with, I can't remember the name, but the initials are PUP, Publishing Up People. Like I said, names I'm not good with after this weekend. But we are affiliated with a lot of different groups, and that way we can send people to the right place if we know where to send you. That's our biggest thing.
Yeah, I would say that's the biggest thing I think a lot of authors don't realize, new authors and seasoned authors, is that it takes, just like they always say, it takes a village to raise a family, to raise kids. It also takes a village to be an author. And so going to these events, you can network, but you get to meet other people. I know I was at, Inkling's table, and she was talking to him about authorology, different critique groups. If you want help writing, there's a bunch of different avenues to go down. And it's good to be able to go to these and talk with other writers or publishers and kind of get the idea and exposure and connections that you may not be able to have any other way because you just don't know about them. So I am a huge advocate for those. But I know that our time is dwindling down. So we'll do closing statements. So Russell, I'll kick it to you first.
I couldn't understand it. The kids were screaming. What'd you say? I gotta tell you. Thanks for coming on, Greg. And Amy, thank you for letting me talk about Fern's review, because I'm just so proud of her. And I cannot wait to get her on. We should do a whole show on how it happened, and we should do a whole show on what she's going to do now.
Yes, absolutely. We are Fern's biggest fans, and so I'm hoping she'll be on next week and we can get all of our questions answered. That is for sure. Sandy, what about you?
So thanks for inviting me to be on for Fern, and I appreciate always the opportunity to be back on Author Talk. I love it, Russell. Thank you for sharing that review for Fern, and I think every author. So if you have a big success, let us know. We'd love to have you on Author Talk to talk about your success. We love promoting authors and their success, and we love helping them reach their goals. So let us know. And I agree, Greg. Thanks for being on. I know this has been a long weekend for you, and so thanks for taking the time to come on this morning and share all that with us.
Yes.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it.
You are awesome, and we are also your #1 fans. And however we can help you with the Con Hour and your books, man, we are here. But thanks for coming this morning, because I know, man, I would be tired too. So thanks for coming and hanging out with us and talking. My posse is telling me that it's time to go. So on Through the Eyes of Authors tonight, you guys, we are just doing a recap of these events. So make sure you tune in to get some insight if you would like to eventually attend one of these Comic-Cons and see what would be good. So the website, Diamond, is authorology.org, is for the authorology, which is what Greg was talking about. But you guys, it's a hot mess here at Amy's house, and I'm just owning the Hot Mess Mom title. We will see you all next Monday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.